if you're treating it as an algorithm, if you're treating it as a routine, or if you're treating it as something that is like an act that you have to keep up all the time, that's like the opposite of internalizing stuff. So I'll give you a quick example here, Trooper Guy. People always say, and I get this quite often, is like guys will say, I would hate to be in Rollo's marriage. Like, why? And because I would hate to have to game my wife all the time. I'm like, you mean my wife? Do you think I'm gaming my wife? Really? You think I'm gaming? All right, honey, that was a shit test. So let's go. Option A, option B, or option C.
She fell on my trap card.
Yes, yeah. My trap card. No, because I am the game. And I know that sounds like I'm being all arrogant and full of myself, but no, it's internalized now. I don't think in terms of scripts. I don't think in terms of game loops. I don't think in terms of subroutines running in the background, right? It's just part of what my personality is. So, two things though, to get to the point where it's like Zen, right? It's like this the Zen of passing shit tests. It has to be internalized. The first thing is you have to be able to, and this takes a while. Like it's kind of like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. You have to learn the mechanics of it first before you can learn sort of the motor reflexes, which is the internalized learning. That's the thing. That's another thing about the idea of can a house husband become sexy, right? Well, it's conditioning. So what you're talking about is conditioning in this instance, Trooper. And when does the conditioning become your second nature? How long do you have to keep doing what you're doing before it's like it just becomes part of who you are? And that's why I realize it sounds like really super arrogant when I say, well, I am the game. Well, I only say that is not because I think I'm so good at it. It's just the thing that I have internalized enough of understanding my own nature, my wife's nature, the interactions between, intersexual dynamics. It takes a while. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't, but if you're going to be specific about things and you're going to say it's some sort of game loop or something like that, it's not, because if you treat it like that, rather than internalizing it and then having it become a part of who you are, having it become a part of your natural personality, like it's second nature to you, that's really where you want to get to, not how do I keep this routine going? It can't be a routine, because if it's an act, then it's always an act. It's not who you really are. That's where you want to know where guys lose the plot when it comes to like good game and bad game. Mm-hmm. It's because they treat it as an act rather than adaptation and improvisation, right? So that's one of the things that Mike teaches in MOA, and so does Owen Cook in his group, and hell, even in Reignite, right? Is it has to become second nature. It has to be something that is internalized. And so like, well, Rollo, she said this, and when girls say this, what should I say? What's the comeback to that? And I'm like, you should know what that is. You like come up with something. You need to be creative. You need to, I can't tell you how to live your fucking life. Right. And the other thing is it's great to be like witty in the moment. It's great to have those like little flashes of wit, but that takes practice. It means you're going to have to figure out something for yourself. Cause like what would be witty for Rollo Tomassi will seem like schmaltzy and like cringe to other people. Right. I come up with some snappy comebacks, but that's just from experience, right? Have you seen this? What is it? This meme? Or these girls will like Corey Yee does this, and there's a few of these other girls I know that do this, and they'll put up a picture of themselves, and they'll go, oh, "We're going on a first date. Where are you taking me?" And they're like fucking these smoke show, mini skirts and stuff. Or the other one is the girl will like come into the she knocks on your door at the hotel, but it's the wrong door. You have 3 seconds to respond. What do you say? Right. Yeah. Or she'll get into the elevator and you have like 1 minute to say something or 30 seconds to say something in the elevator. Right. What do you say? It's funny to me because it's not like Manosphere guys that are doing this. It's like these thirst trap chicks. Right. And of course, my response is always name 3 countries. Or what is it? When was World War II fought? Or the years, like basic, like history, American history kind of thing. Name the 3 branches of government.
What started World War I?
Yeah. Kaiser Wilhelm.
Who killed the dude?
Gotcha. Wait, was it? Oh, wait, no, it's serious.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. So making a woman lose interest, like, here's the thing is you should be so fucking interesting that women don't lose interest. That's the easiest way for me to say that. There's no pickup line for that. There's no routine for that. You know how you make women not lose interest? Get your fat ass in the gym, build more muscle, make more money, learn better game. It's the same thing I would tell anybody who was single. You know, how do I keep her? The thing is, the problem is here's the thing. You will lose every chick you say that about. Every time you go, how do I keep her? What that says to me is that she's higher sexual value than you are. Guys who are higher who at least figuratively anyways, see themselves as being of a higher sexual value than the woman they're with, those words never come from their mouth. Because, well, how do I keep her? It doesn't matter. There's like 10 other chicks that want to fuck you. Who cares? Who cares? Right? So those words don't come out of a guy out of a guy's mouth who already perceives himself as being at least one step higher than that woman. And really, honestly, I think, like, you know how when I was just saying, on whatever podcast, when Brian goes around, he says, what, like, rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10, girls. And they're like, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10. Imagine we did that with guys. Like, hey, dude, I never want to hear you say that you're anything lower than a fucking 10, man, because you're the bomb, man. You are so money and you don't even know it. You know, you're the fucking man, right? And imagine if I go around the table with a bunch of guys and go, what would you rate yourself on a 1 to 10? Like, these guys would be like, 4. You know, like they don't know. But if we were to start this sort of initiative to tell guys to do the same thing that chicks do on whatever podcast, I'm a 10, motherfucker. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Like that would, the funny thing is that has a different effect. Like if you had a guy in there and he says, I'm a 10, bitch, you know, that's different than if you've got like Gorlock the Destroyer on like this big, gigantic, morbidly obese chick that's on there. I'm a 10. There's a qualifiable difference. Like the guy being cocky, saying I'm a 10, he might not be a 10, but you know he wants to get to be a 10. You got this big fat chick on there. She's just doing that to like make up for like the fact that she knows she's not a fucking.
Because the cockiness will bring up the guy that's a 7 to 10, right?
Yeah.
The girls will bring up the girls.
Irrational self-confidence will give you a half to another full point on sexual market value, or at least value added for sure. He's confident. He's cocky enough to laugh about it. He's got a good attitude. Maybe he will be a 10.